Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. It's shitforbooks.com, 2016 deck. So if you want that information to look up that stuff, you can do that. Just freeze that frame. Supportive Oracle cards. Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. It's a 2013 deck by Hay House. Over here. Back then, the Hay House website was hayhouse.com. I know Hay House is still around. If that's still their active website, I don't know. Okay, now we got that out of the way. What do we have for Aquarius? Okay, so somebody, all sorts of problems. Okay, so okay, for you, you're gonna be fine. I get that. The Justice and the Four of Cups reversed fell out when I started this reading, and where it fell out was over on the far side of the table, which is what you're dealing with. Somebody is having a really difficult time. It doesn't have to mean that they're going through an emotional breakup with like a lover, but something that they really were invested with fell through and has really upset them. It's like the Justice card reversed means, to them at least, it's an injustice. It's not fair. The Four of Cups is like, it doesn't matter if they like it. I'm getting like, it's basically like they lost a lot. They lost something of significant value, and it's just kind of like too bad, so sad. They're very upset about it. That's the hostilities. So what's driving the situation is something around this person. I feel like for most of you it's a person. Some type of injustice that they have nothing they can do to save it is really causing them to get very agitated, because it's coming in the hostilities with the Two of Cups. They might still try to fight for it, and they might be in the center, they might be in the midst of that battle, trying to fight for something that they're definitely going to lose. It's a general read, I know, but I'm feeling like the energy is just like, they're losing. They're failing miserably, but they're still fighting with every last breath that they have. This is making them very hostile, is what I'm getting. This energy is something that I feel like you normally get along with quite well. You got the Ten of Pentacles here. Normally your energy matches with this person. But right now they're blocking things left and right. They're blocking things left and right with the Two of Swords. Even though you usually get along with them with the Ten of Pentacles, this hostile energy, this hostility, that's overruling the whole thing. They have to get past it. I don't know if there's really anything, because you're blocked from doing anything with it too. I'm also getting that. You're blocked to help them. There's nothing you can do about their circumstances. I don't think there's anything you can do about it. It's not even your ball of wax. Like, whatever it is, that's their life. Like, you're not living their life. You know what I mean? But until they pull themselves together, I'm getting like they're having, and I feel like they're fighting something. And it's almost, what do you call that? Projecting, I think. They're making it like I feel like they're hostile towards you because they're just hostile towards everything at this point. And until they move past that and pull themselves together, they're constantly going to have this envy energy where they're trying to fix something that they can't have. They want something to go better that they can't have. Like, things are not going to go their way. And until they accept that, which I feel like it's extremely hard for them, I feel like you're going to have a really hard time with them. Really, because I got the Devil card popping up for you. I feel like this is really perplexing for you. Kind of like, they're not normally this difficult. They're not normally this difficult at all. And you're kind of like, I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how I'm supposed to handle them. I don't know why they're being as rough as they are. Whatever's going on with them, they are kind of keeping it on the down low. This is not going to be for everybody. Keep this subjective. So the person you're dealing with may have done something they should not have done and got caught for doing it. and they're getting called out for it, which is another reason they're not talking about it, because they're like, they may have caused their own circumstances here. That's something to keep in mind too, because I feel like they might have done something they should not have done. And it's kind of like, you know, when you cheat the system and you get called out for it, I mean, you know what the rules are. I don't know how to say that. Like, it just, part of this makes me feel like of somebody who, you know, gets 2 hours of sleep every night for like 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden they pass out. It's kind of like, you know, sooner or later it was going to catch up to you. I don't know. It's kind of like that. This might be, that's subjective. That's subjective. I don't know where you want to go with that, because I'm getting, you might figure it out at some point. Because the Wheel of Fortune kind of rolling in here on you, just randomly. I feel like you might kind of figure out, because I'm getting this card here, up over here, you see that letter? That's really strong for you. I think you might figure out, like, through the turn of fate, you might find out what exactly happened, and it might be something where this person did something. Let's just put it this way. If you did the same thing, you're like, yeah, I can see me getting in trouble for that. Not that you would do the same thing, but you can look at this like, well, if I did that, I don't see that going well, so I wouldn't do that. The fact that they did that, and they're getting their just desserts for that, I mean, because I feel like the wheel of fate turning is kind of like you finding out why they're upset and what's going on. I don't really think you're even trying to find it. I feel like it's just kind of ending up in front of you. So I don't know if something's being said in front of you, or somebody's saying, hey, Aquarius, you know how so-and-so is being a jerk to you? Well, this is what's going on with so-and-so. That might happen that way. This is not like enjoyable information either way, because I feel like you're kind of like, oh, it's kind of like you hear like, they did what? They're better than that. Like, I feel like that's how you're taking it, like, oh, they did what? They can do better than that. Oh, because the tied up here with the Queen of Cups is kind of like, I also feel like you're kind of like, however you're getting this information, if it's somebody telling you that, you're kind of like, well, let's not spread that around. Let's just keep that between us. Let's just not keep spreading that around. If you get it through some type of message, you're kind of keeping that very private. You're just kind of like, well, that's privileged information. Let's not keep that going any farther than we did. It doesn't make you feel good. You're not enjoying this moment. I don't think any of this you're really enjoying. But I also see, like, when you find out what's really going on, you're realizing that it's up to them to fix this. And you're seeing, like, they're going through some major devastation with the Ten of Swords. Like, whatever is going on with this person, it's kind of like their world is crashing in on them. Just trying to get this so you can see them. There we go. Their world is crashing in on them. It's up to for them, and they have to fix it. They've got the King of Wands. They're going to have to fix it. Nothing you can do for them. You understand why they're so irritable. Does it make it right? No. But you get it. Like, you get it. So you'll deal with that as you feel is necessary. I don't know. I don't have any worries about that. You'll know what to do with that. But they have to deal with it. That's them. They have to deal with what they have to deal with. I do see you kind of moving on from this. I don't see you kind of holding on to this any longer than you have to, because I'm noticing you're ending this with the Temple Path and the King of Swords. Especially once you figure out what's going on and why they're so difficult to deal with, even though they're usually not this difficult. I feel like you're adding it up like, well, with what's going on, I understand. Does it make it right? No. Again, no. Does it make it acceptable? No. We're not saying that either. But you also realize once this passes, things should go back to normal. So if we can kind of keep this to a minimum until this situation passes, the weather passes, it blows over, till this blows over, that's what I should say. If we can keep going, you know, and just wait for this to pass by, once it passed by, we should be back on track where we want to be. And I feel like you're trying to kind of like keep it simple. You're trying to bring down the stress. You're trying to make it real easy for this person. you're working with it. I feel like you want this to go back to a good place. You want this to return to good times. So you're trying to do your best to just kind of pacify it until it passes by. And then once it passes by, we'll handle it like we need to handle it. And that's what we'll do. Especially with the King of Swords energy, you're kind of like, I don't think now's the time to really handle this. It's almost like if I bring this forward now, it's probably going to be more of a fight than anything else. If I want this to get better, I got to wait and bide my time as much as is allowable. If I can, as much as I can. Like you have parameters you have to stay in. You have boundaries. I know that, but it's kind of like we're gonna try to hold back until the storm passes and then try to deal with things. This should return to a better place. I'm getting like there is a very solid standing between you and whoever this is. It's just whatever they're going through has to pass before things go back to normal. Good, good. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you'd like the donation information, that's below as well. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.